Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Eating Peace this week, and welcome to new subscribers to the Eating Peace email list. So I just love that you're here. Thanks for joining me on this amazing journey of really discovering that the way we've been eating can actually offer an entire pathway into a realm of the spiritual and what is beyond and what's beautiful that we never could have imagined. Because it seems like it's led to horror stories, threats, violence, extremely critical thinking about ourselves, and actually physical difficulties and ailments and worries that have been like a matter of life and death. How interesting is that? So here we are looking at the disruption in the mind, really disruption in emotions. And at this time of year, there is a lot of extra alertness and sometimes defense. It's as if we're putting on shields sometimes to walk into large amounts of food, large amounts of people, activity, busyness, words, talking, being seen. And some of these situations have been ones where we felt very threatened in our lives. So it's as if we're walking into the old family home where all that family is going to be gathered, and we're just bringing along with it, in a way, the history, like we're visiting a battlefield. You know, if you've ever gone to a museum sort of historical site and you actually see a place where there was a battle and learn about it, even though it was hundreds or thousands of years ago, you get a sense or a feeling about the calamity that happened there and the tragedy. And it's just the pondering of that is very powerful. And we are often bringing that into our gatherings and feasts and situations that are supposed to be celebrations for very, very good reasons. The mind will store, like in files, memories, awarenesses that it's had, old experiences, kind of as warning signs to where this could go. And let's make sure that doesn't happen. All right, the thing is, as we imagine that kind of sense of worry or warning building before us and putting on that shield, is the good things can't get in either, not all the way. A sense of really deep connection, a deep and strong and abiding sense of trust or caring or loving kindness or unconditional love for some of these people, you know, that can surprise us because some of them have been ones where we've perceived to have been hurt in their presence or by their words, not safe. So as more and more of us, we've been experiencing this already, but go into gatherings with others, let's just notice the track of the mind. You know, when we do that thing, when we want to like brace ourselves or get ready for it or say our mantras and our positive things out loud, right? So that we feel good in the presence of those people and in that environment and with all the food around. Maybe it's food we do or do not eat. And just to notice the mind when it has that orientation, when we become identified with that. This is me, and I do need to watch out. Just think about any kind of situation where somebody needs to watch out. I sometimes like thinking of this as horror movies. Not that I watch those, I actually don't. They freak me out too much. I become identified with what I'm seeing on the screen. But that's exactly the same as what's happening for us, right? What does that mean to be identified? It's like I'm relating so much that I'm in it, and then my emotional life begins to respond as if I am in it. So I am thinking and believing, and therefore acting as if this is potentially unsafe, the situation I'm going into. And I know for me, so many feasts I would enter into, especially with family, where I would think, this is great, I do want to be with family, these are the people I love. And I'm scared because I would also be screaming at myself on the inside, whatever you do, don't start eating. Just stay away from the food. Stay away from the food. And what would happen? I would not stay away from the food. There'd be some point when I would want to be eating like everyone else was. And then if I started, I would have a hard time stopping. It was almost like this insatiable drive would come in, which is what we're all here considering. It could turn into a binge for me, an insane binge where you just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. Not everybody has that kind of experience. I know some people just more slowly eat, but just feel uncomfortable because you're stuffed. You've gone off the plan or whatever has happened there. It is possible for any of us, even if you've had that experience for years and multiple times over and over and over again, it is possible for you, because it happened with me, to stop and to find a sense of grounded safety so that you're not scaring yourself and you don't have to shield yourself. You don't have to build up your reserves and make sure you're okay like you're visiting some spooky haunted battlefield when you're surrounded by food and family and friends or whatever situation you're going into that's supposed to be a holiday. So how so? In the most simple way, it is by identifying, seeing what you're thinking. I love the beautiful Tara Brach. She should say recognize is that first step. Recognize what it is you're thinking. So in other words, we're playing the movie of the past. We're anticipating bad stuff happening in the future. That's just running. But what will we often do? Oh, I need to stop playing the movie. It's like we stay in the same energy that the movie's playing in the first place. We stay in the same freaked out energy. I must be afraid of this. Oh yeah, I got to shut the movie down. Right. Stop the movie. Let's not be as scared. Let's go into this relaxed, which is not relaxed at all. So there's this beautiful saying in the Tao that invites us to wait until the mud settles. The Tao Te Ching is an ancient philosophy, Chinese philosophy. It can fit into almost any philosophy that you have now, or religious experience or whatever. It's this beautiful philosophy about working with life and with the mind. And the Tao Te Ching says, wait until the mud settles and the water is clear. Just wait until the mud settles and the water is clear. So if you shake up a little, let's say you had a little vial of water that had a screwed on lid on the top and it was clear and it was glass and you could look right through it. It's as if we're walking in to places where there'll be, if you say, anticipating food today in the morning. And as we anticipate, we start to shake that vial up and there's all this sandy, soft, really, really fine mud on the bottom. We shake it up and what happens? You cannot see anything. The whole entire vial becomes gray, black with all that stuff mixed into the water everywhere. And then we'll say, oh my God, I can't see anything. It's completely filled with mud. This is terrible. Oh my God. That's just keeping it shaking. It's like you put it in one of those little shaking machines. We're not going to stop. We're just going to shake. The only way for that to relax, for the mind to relax, for that energy to relax, is to let it be there. And just set that vial down. Just set it down. Just set it down. The way that's like one thing I love, and if you've worked with me before ever, or been in the Eating Peace experience, you'll know you find the energy of your feet. This is for anyone who has any kind of compulsion to nervousness or anxiety, to be freaking out. It doesn't even matter if you take it out with food and eating or any other compulsion. It's just like a compulsion to be thinking this particular way and have adrenaline coursing through your body. What are your feet doing in that situation? What are your feet doing? They're way down there at the opposite end of your mind. You notice your feet are just happy to be in that great social situation or whatever food is around, whatever's going on, they're fine with it. The energy in your feet. Just notice what it's like, what's happening there. Grounded. Resting with gravity on planet Earth. Carrying you everywhere. What can the energy that's in your feet, what can it offer you or tell you? It's like the bottom of the glass. Just let it sit, let it wait. Well, so many ways that we scare ourselves. I need to be entertaining. I need to be light and easy. I need to talk to these people. I need to be seen as well-rounded, calm, exciting, successful. I need to do all these things. It's like the list is so long. How could any one of us do any of that? And also, by the way, at the same time, I need to be very vigilant about the food and what's going on with food. So if we just relax, almost as if you imagine closing your eyes. And it's the most important thing. Think, I can do that in the background. Doesn't really matter. I need to focus on the food, focus on the people, and be focused on what's outside of myself. And just relax. Relax into like groundedness and safety. I remember one time I went into a very, very large gathering. Many family members were there. I have a huge family. And friends and neighbors. And I saw, whoa, the people are talking. You see people standing up and holding plates and holding glasses. And there's like a whole sea of people in this huge room. And I just saw an empty space on a couch. And I just went over there and sat down. What a concept. Don't have to do anything. Just sit and look around the room. I need to look like I'm busy. I need to look like I'm enjoying myself. I should be talking to other people. I should be friendly. No, not required. Nothing is required. That's the truth of yourself. The truth of yourself is none of those items that are on the list, which just tend to grow and be very long with that anxiety, none of them are required. You don't have to do anything. But just see what's really true for you. To relax. And relaxing doesn't mean like shutting down some sense of adrenaline. It's okay to be on alert. You've been this way for years. That's okay. That's the way of it. We've had a lot of experiences, as memories. Mind is doing its job. Being alert. Suggesting that you should have a shield up. For very good reasons. So just recognizing that that's happening. Recognize. See it. Identify. It's amazing what can happen with only that step. And the mind will say, wait. Just recognize that's not good enough. I have to do something. I have to do something else. I have to get rid of all this anxiety. I have to just think of yourself and your own mind as being like that vial of muddy water. And just wait. Just slow down and wait. Just relax. Waiting. Sitting still. Allowing the mud to settle. Like the Tao Te Ching offers. Allowing the mud to settle. Nothing required. Nothing you need to do. Somebody speaks to you. Turn your head towards them and respond. And even that might not be necessarily required. It's okay if people think that you're weird. And actually, they'll often think that you're very, very calm. They'll say, something's going on over there. A sense of calmness. Other people have their shields up too. We all know it, right? So just relaxing. What a sense of peace to be in the room. Being with yourself. Being with who you truly are. Not identifying with those thoughts and those feelings that say you must be vigilant, you must be protecting yourself, you must have your shield up, you must watch out, you must be careful. Just relaxing with that and letting the mud settle. All right. Let me know how it goes.